Our next inductee is not here tonight, but he is here tonight in spirit, and his family knows he is here as well. And he is still in the spirit of this entire community because he left his mark. A man who loved greenhouses. Why wouldn't you work in the greatest greenhouse outdoors and help maintain and develop golf courses? When I first moved to Toronto, that's how sports connects you. Every time I look at the bios, I go, oh my gosh, the first golf course I played was Highlands. Then the second golf course I played was Westview. Yeah, my golf balls are still there. It's product placement. I just think about it that way. And I love both of those places. Love both of them. And this man helped put them on the map and continues his legacy today. And he's going, and his family are going to honor him by celebrating his life and legacy in the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame. Please welcome Colin "Pop" Nisbet.
Colin "Pop" Nisbet spent a lifetime building a legacy in business, community, and for his family, but his sports legacy didn't begin until he was all of 60 years old. It was the mid-1940s. The Second World War was coming to a close, and it was the start of a new era in Canada. Post-war housing, the growth of suburbia, and more free time with family meant golf was seeing a surge in popularity. Pop picked up a golf club for the first time at age 60. Pop had lived in Aurora since 1919, raising his family in town and running one of Aurora's primary businesses, the Aurora Greenhouses. The greenhouses were behind the family home, Storncroft, on Yonge Street. They overlooked the Aurora Golf and Country Club, familiar to many locals under its later name, the Aurora Highlands Golf and Country Club.
I was a young man. I was 27 and he was probably in his 60s by that time. He'd been in the First World War. He had lost a leg, of course. He had a wooden leg. And I thought he was really gruff. It turned out he was a very kind man, a good businessman, but I thought of him as a gruff old man.
Pop thought the course needed more care and attention than the owners were giving it. In 1943, he and Norman Campbell of Toronto started managing the Stanley Thompson designed course. Then one day in 1945, Pop surprised his family when he announced he'd bought the course. Pop operated both businesses along with his wife and sons, Keith as superintendent of the golf course and Doug as manager of the greenhouses and retail store. That year, gentlemen paid $20 for a membership, while ladies paid $10. In a few short years, Pop had transformed the Aurora Golf and Country Club, renaming it the Aurora Highlands. He took it from a community course to a province-wide attraction, bringing in high-profile athletes like NHL player Herb Kane. Locally, it was known as Aurora's first place of beauty and pleasure. In 1952, Pop expanded the course to 18 holes, added a clubhouse, locker rooms, a new lounge, and a lunchroom. But Pop's golf journey was only beginning. In 1956, Pop sold the Aurora Highlands Golf and Country Club, but he wasn't out of the business for long. The next year, at age 75, Pop bought over 200 acres at the southeast corner of Leslie Street and Vandorf Side Road and opened a new 4-hole course. Pop had built a showpiece golf course at the Aurora Highlands. With his new course, he had a different aim in mind. He wanted to make golf accessible to everybody. During the 1957 season, golfers could play the course in return for offering their feedback on the course. In 1958, Pop and his sons built the first 9 holes, adding a second 9 holes a year later. In 1963, they redesigned the first 18 holes and added a third 9, creating the leafy, lofty Westview Golf Course locals know today. And they did welcome all golfers. Summer after summer, grandson Mike remembers parents dropping their kids at the course in the morning and picking them up at the end of day. In 1965, a junior membership went for $36. There was nowhere for the kids to get into mischief this far out of town, and the kids went home exhausted, Mike remembers. Westview was a part of growing up for many kids in Aurora.
I think he was a kindly man. I think he loved golf and he loved people. He loved having people around.
According to grandson Mike, the secret ingredient in Pop's success as a builder of golf in Aurora was love. He loved the community, he loved building the golf courses, and he loved bringing golf to the players at Westview. Today, Pop's family still welcomes golfers to the course every year and employs 65 people in the community. 4 generations of Nisbets have lovingly kept Pop's golf legacy alive. His sons, his grandchildren, and his great-grandchildren have worked side by side at Westview over the years. They celebrate Pop's vision each year with the Berwickshire Cup Family Golf Tournament. And Westview Golf Course isn't the only tribute to Pop's contribution. High on a hill at the course is a sturdy oak, always wrapped in a yellow ribbon in remembrance of Pop and his favorite song, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree.
I'd like to congratulate Colin Nisbet, the grandson of Pop Nisbet, for nominating Pop, and congratulate Colin in the wonderful work he's done in developing this golf course as a testament to his father, his family, and his grandfather.
Please join us in celebrating Colin Pop Nisbet's contribution to sport and community in Aurora as he becomes an honored member of the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame.
We're going to bring up Chris Elwood of New Roads Automotive Group. Thank you, Chris, and the sponsor. And we will do the sweater as well and the award. Hope the weather's nice tomorrow. We could all tee off at Westview tomorrow. Wouldn't that be nice? I wish I would have played it when it was 4 holes. I would have broken 80. Man. Beautiful place. Yes. You know, a great golf course in the clouds tonight. Pop is smiling for sure. Congratulations to the Nisbet family. Pop's legacy is in the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to Jan, Dave, and Marco on the inductions tonight, and thank you to the Hall of Fame Committee for hosting such a wonderful evening. A special thank you to Wendy Brown for putting Pop's story forward and feeling it worthy to share. Now, it's customary at any golf-related outing to recognize the longest drive, so I would like to acknowledge Pop's great-great-grandchildren, Finn and Isla, and their mom, Megan, joining us from Halifax tonight, so thank you for that effort. It's fitting we're celebrating Pop today. In his later years, we would mark the end of the golf season and celebrate his birthday at this time each year. Pop loved people, so he would have really enjoyed an evening like this. His other half, Beatrice, was all business and a driving force in the community. Considering tomorrow's Remembrance Day, I think it's important to mention she helped out with the local Red Cross efforts. She wrote for the town paper, giving updates on the war and organizing care package, so she was quite a force. Pop and Bea really did complement each other as a couple. Family lore has it, in the wintertime, some of the local kids would go skating on the pond behind the greenhouses on Yonge Street. Now, it's rumored that Bea would charge them a nickel to come inside and warm up. Pop would be on the other side of the door giving the nickel back. So I suspect that good nature is something to do with him getting the nickname Pop. Now, the Hall of Fame induction has been a great opportunity for the family to reflect on what Pop started. And he would be thrilled to, with all the people that have called Westview and the Highlands before home. There have been generations of families in Aurora that have either worked or played both for the past 75 years. For some, it was where they learned the game. At Westview, we still hear stories from golfers how they spent their youth there. After being dropped off the course, as was mentioned, the parents would return later to pick up their tired kids, so it really was perfect daycare. For many, it was in their first job as well, and for others, it would have been their last. And we've even had staff there find their future spouse. So both properties hold a very special bond for many people. And Pop would have loved that, and he would have loved this. So thank you very much on behalf of the family.